Hey everybody, this is Mike Anderson with Collision Advice. I'm here with my great friend Danny with the DEG, and we're working with SCRS to bring you a series of quick tips that will help you to boost your business. So I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, man, I am just blessed and humbled and honored and appreciative to be a part of these quick tips in conjunction with SCRS and my friend Danny from the DG. And I got to tell you why, ladies and gentlemen, is because every time we do a tip, I learn something. And today, I learned something that I am absolutely just speechless, which I know is hard to find with Mike Anderson, but I'm speechless. And that's that Danny just shared with me something that's in one of the estimating systems related to core charges. So, you know what? I don't have anything else to say. So, Danny, what do you got? This is so cool what you just shared with me.
And I appreciate that, Mike. It's, when you look in some of the estimating systems, and we'll use CCC, for example, when you select the part, you might see a C right next to the part line.
Now, is this a capital C or a lowercase c?
It's going to be a little c right there next to the dollar, the price of the part, and that's in the part selection box. And that C represents that there may be a core charge associated to that replacement part. So if you're replacing a part and you still have an old part available, you may have to save that old component and give it back to the vendor to get your credit back. Now, what do you do if the part is completely missing from the vehicle when the vehicle comes to your facility? Well, you may want to notify the bill payer that there's going to be an additional cost because you have nothing to give back to the supplier for that part. And these things could be like on headlamps, bumper covers, and like we commonly see with like batteries. You know, when you go to a parts store, a battery may have a core fee. So again, if you have nothing to give back, there may be an additional charge to that part component being replaced. If there's an old part that you have available, keep in mind that there may be some additional parts attached to that component that you still need to save or transfer over to the new replacement part. And some of these things are not inexpensive parts. I mean, we're talking about expensive computer modules, cooling fans, maybe some wire harnesses, something that's really specific to that, like headlamp component. And again, the best thing to do is save that part until the very end of the repair, so that way you have all the available parts to transfer over, and then when the damaged part is completely gutted out and emptied, then you can send it back to the supplier and get your credit back. Again, when you print out the estimate, you may not see this the little C on the estimate itself, so it's really important if you do see that on the part note. Maybe you want to add a line note to the estimate, so that way whoever's seeing the estimate, whether it's the technician or your parts guy, they can identify, hey, there's a note associated, and save the component. Another thing in our previous videos is we have a parts mirror matching process. If there's when you receive the part and the parts person is seeing that there's a core fee on the estimate or on the invoice, they may want to identify that on the old part and notify the technician, notify the estimator, notify whoever is going to be touching that part to save the old part. Because the last thing a repairer wants to be stuck with is an additional fee that no one's reimbursing them for, especially a core fee, which is easily forgotten about.
Man, Danny, just what a smoking hot tip, man. Thank you so much for sharing that. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have anything else to add. I did not have any clue that the little C stood for core charge. So Danny, thanks for sharing an awesome tip as always. And ladies and gentlemen, make it a great day.